Hey everybody, this is Ryan and Angela from LostInReviews.com, and this is our review of Like Crazy.
I thought I understood it, but I didn't. Only the smudgeness of it, the eagerness of it, the idea of it, value and meaning.
Okay, so this is kind of another little small indie romance film.
Yeah, but think more Blue Valentine than 500 Days of Summer.
Well, yeah, definitely on that aspect as far as emotions go.
Yeah.
This stars Anton Yelchin and Felicity Jones as a young couple who meet in college and immediately fall in love, and it's such a strong connection they don't want to separate, but she's there on a work visa?
No, it's a student visa.
Student visa to go to college there. She's actually
in LA, yeah.
She's actually from Europe, so she overstays her visa to stay with him, and it just causes this cascade of problems throughout the next few years that they try to be together.
Right.
So it's really, it's basically a film about long distance relationships.
Yeah, but a really strong relationship,
and a really, really long distance relationship too.
And you're wanting them to be together. They build up this strong bond between the two.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, and they don't take any time getting you there. It's
right
at the end of the courtship and the beginning of the doing, I guess. There's really nothing in between.
There's a montage that shows
pure love right in the beginning.
Well, you see their relationship be built through kind of a montage, so you learn to like the characters through that. But they do end up having to spend some time apart, and there are times when they end up seeing other people, and they don't necessarily show it in a way that you feel animosity towards the other people that they're dating, but they don't build a character with either of those other people so that you learn to like them either.
Right. So you kind of feel like those relationships are more shallow and have less meaning.
That they're not the ones that they should be. They have a very Romeo and Juliet feeling between them. And there was even scenes within the film that made me think of that. The way that they looked at each other through the glass on I think it was on their first date.
Yeah.
When he was leaving.
Totally. Yeah, it's like the fish tank thing is what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
In the film, though, you get this sense that everything is so perfect at the beginning for them, and every time they get back together, it's such this task to get back together, and they're just trying to recreate all those same moments, and you feel like they're trying to recreate a relationship that maybe has ceased.
Yeah, you can feel that they're trying to keep it going. They're both in denial of the fact that maybe they have moved on.
Right.
Because they both know they still feel strongly for one another, but it started as such a young love that maybe they don't really understand yet.
Right, and that love is so powerful that it can't be recreated with these other people that they've met.
Yeah, yeah.
Who, the chick from which will be the Hunger Games.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, that was in Winter's Bone. Is so beautiful and really doesn't have to even try with dialogue or relationship building to be like, yeah, Anton Yelchin should be into her.
That's just because you're kind of in love with her,
Yes,
though.
I am. I admit it.
Okay, speaking of being in love with someone, I really like Anton Yelchin in this part. So many more films nowadays, these romance films, they only cast the Justin Timberlakes and the, I don't know who would be the equivalent of that for a hot girl, but only if they are the most attractive people possible, like, Twilight movies. But here, this made me think of more like how When Harry Met Sally, they have Billy Crystal as this wonderful character that's so charismatic.
It's totally more relatable. And
yeah, you fall in love with the character, not, his pecs or his hair or something. Because, I mean, he's not a bad-looking guy, but he's certainly not a model by any means.
No, I love Anton Yelchin, and I love him in this role.
He's very good in this role.
And if you haven't seen The Beaver, I highly suggest you see him in that.
He's good in everything I've seen him in.
Yeah. Star Trek.
Star Trek, and
great.
I can't remember other names now.
But yeah, I love how they cast him here. I mean, you could have easily thrown a Justin Timberlake in this film, thrown some comedy in, thrown in the best friend as Dane Cook, let's say.
Yeah,
but then it would have
been
normal Hollywood
the mainstream
movie.
Comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the cinematography in this film. I think we should talk about that.
Okay.
It's very, very indie cinematography.
Yeah.
It has an emotional feel to the camera. It's just, the camera
artistic.
just is not there. And it reminds me a lot, I keep going back to this, but it reminds me a lot of Blue Valentine.
I didn't
And-
really get the sense of Blue Valentine in that. I think that's really just because there was such a brutal overtone in Blue Valentine. There was such a, like, shared hatred between them that it's hard for me to connect that shared love that they have in this film.
Yeah. Well, I felt the visual style of Blue Valentine.
Okay.
Through, you know, kind of that camera that's in there with them at times.
The fly on the walls.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
feeling.
Yeah. Especially when they go on that final vacation before Sheet is supposedly going back.
And so not to ruin the end of the film,
Yeah.
but it does get kind of brutal, a little bit brutal at the end.
Yes, it does.
It leaves you with kind of, you know, I guess a realistic ending, and it doesn't, you know,
It's an indie film.
It doesn't sugarcoat it.
It's an indie
basically.
film. When you walk into an indie film, you expect the harshness.
The reality of life.
The thing that makes this work, though, is I really didn't want it to happen.
The end.
Yeah, I wanted it to be the happy ending.
You were
and
fighting
usually,
for it.
I'm okay with the indie movies that kill the dog and
No, we never kill the dog.
They go down all the wrong scenes and make everything real to life. But I really wanted this one to turn out. I wanted a Hollywood ending, and I think that's where the film succeeds the most.
Yeah, I think it was a really good ending too. It was so sad though. Well, it's not like uber sad, but it was sad enough to me that I don't think I would want to sit down and watch it again. Maybe once more, but
maybe just shut it off before that
maybe
final.
yeah, just end it when it's all happy. But yeah, it is very good all the way up through the end.
Yep.
Almost every aspect
It's
of
a
the
very
film,
realistic relationship story.
Yeah.
So let's rate this.
Okay, you go first.
Man, you first.
I'm pulling it on you.
All right. I'm going to give Like Crazy 4 chairs out of 5.
Okay, so you kind
Very
of took
generic.
mine.
Very generic.
Because he builds chairs, he builds furniture in the store,
Yeah.
so it's kind of what you're going with.
So
there.
you could give it writers. You could be her.
Yeah.
side
So
of the
yeah,
thing.
she's a writer editor. So
Yeah. What is it? Books of Love?
Books of Love. I'll give it 4 Books of Love also because I really didn't have any complaints with the film besides just the fact that I don't think I could really sit and watch it over and over again. So
Man, the thing that makes it so good is the thing that holds it back.
yeah, it's a conundrum.
Yep. All right, that is it for our review of Like Crazy, and that is it from us at LostInReviews.com. Thank you.
Bye.